This is where you do your due diligence. You either lease and rent the fantasy, i.e., you just date girls and keep it in the honeymoon stages at all time. And once that's done, go to the next one, always keeping it in the honeymoon stage. Or you're literally paying for a fantasy. Or you buy the reality. What's cheaper? In my opinion, this is what separates the boys from the men. Boys want to always be playing. They want to always have the little fantasy, their fantasy football, their fantasy worlds, their virtual realities, like off in their fantasy playing. There's nothing wrong with fantasy. It's just not life. And so you can keep your little fantasy with your little honeymoon, constant serial dating or hiring prostitutes and escorts and stuff like that, and never get anything real or substantial in life. Or you can be a man, recognize the reality that life is not easy, that life is not black and white, that the only constant thing in life is change. Having a good partner by your side, one who isn't just with you in the good times, but they're with you in the bad times too. That is reality, but it's also fulfilling and long lasting. And you can develop a more deeper spiritual connection with one another, unlike any of the fantasy bullshit that you want to experience. Now, you and your wife can indulge in lots of fantasies. And you can go to that time and time again. But in general, you got to be present in reality. At some point, you have to grow up and live in the reality. And if you look around and you're there long enough, you might just see that it is just as beautiful as the fantasy. The fantasy is constantly beautiful, but reality has a lot of nuances and beauty if you just look for it.